we've got students who are really interested in learning more about your company and the work that they're doing. We love that you're hiring in this environment and that you've been really active and locally as well as nationally, and we want to hear more about it. For students who are attending, make sure that you have uploaded your resumes. If you were not able to get a chat session today because they're all full, we will be sending your resumes over to Tracy afterwards, so be sure that your resume is one of those that's in there. Also, if you have questions in the general discussion today, please enter them in the chat, and Tracy will address as many as she can. So off we go. Tracy.
Perfect. Thank you, Diana. So, not sure if how many of you have heard of Techtronic Industries before, TTI. I never heard of TTI when I first started at this company or when I first was interviewing and going through the recruiting process. So I'm right there with you all. I know what this is. As you can see on the screen, so we have a leadership and development program. So we are looking for students interested in either a career in sales, marketing, or management. There's tons of growth opportunities within the company, both personally, professionally, as well as the company is growing like crazy as well. And I'll talk about that in this slideshow. So if we go ahead and go to the next slide, we will see all the different brands that we encompass. So if any of you guys recognize any of those on there, so we have Milwaukee, we have Hoover, Dirt Devil, Ryobi is another one of our big brands that's very commonly known. So if you guys have heard of any of these brands before, this is under the TTI umbrella. So we have a ton of different brands. And if we go to the next slide here as well, we can see the growth of our company. So TTI started in 1985, and we have just been growing exponentially since then. Some of that has to do with some of the brands that we have acquired, but you can see recently in the last couple of years, it's all natural growth. This graph right here doesn't even show the last 3 years of growth, but in the last 11 years, we have grown from a $3.2 billion company to close to a $7.8 billion company. So as you guys all know, everyone needs electricians, contractors, plumbers. What do they need? They need power tools, right? So we're a company that's always going to be in business. What do you know what right now that's going on in the world? We have COVID right now, right? Everyone's staying at home, doing homeowner projects, doing a lot of DIY stuff. We're just booming right now. Our business has never seen such record-breaking results before, ever. And we're really breaking records in this industry and in any industry. So pretty incredible stuff here. So you guys can see the different growths and the different brands that we've acquired over time. And then if we go on to our next slide, I would like to talk about Milwaukee in particular. So as if you can look at this chart right here, this just shows the growth in Milwaukee alone. So for those who don't know anything about Milwaukee or what the heck this is a power tool line, and it's considered one of the best, the cream of the crop. One of our biggest competitors is DeWalt. So if you're familiar with them, familiar with their tools, we're pretty on par with them and even better in some ways. So if you take a look at this, you can just see our exponential growth and all of those things on there, as well as you can see our different lineups over time. And then in 2018, you can see that we have tremendous growth as well as recently as well. So if we go over to the next slide as well, you can see a breakdown of our pie chart. And so in this pie chart, you can see a breakdown of where our competitors are and where we are now. So way back when, in 1951, Makita, if you can see that little blue piece of the pie chart, they actually had over 90% of market share. So they were the ones that top of the top, best of the business. And what they did is they created a battery powered platform. So in the industry, cords is what was used on the job site, used on day to day. Everyone plugs into something in a wall, and then they run that cord along the ground, they tape it, making sure that's nice and safe, right? And then they go ahead and use that power tool. So batteries were something that was new and that revolutionized the industries. So basically what that meant is that people had portable power now, that they had access to using a tool. If they forgot to do something on the job site, they could go and just make that cut or drill that hole, whatever it is that they needed to do. This really was a game changer. So over time, you can see that trends change, and Makita actually got pretty complacent. So they stopped innovating as much, they stopped doing the things that they needed to do, and then DeWalt, as you can see, became the top dogs in 2007. Well, since then, we've been doing a ton of innovating, we've been doing a lot of work, and now we have the majority of the market share when it comes to those pro users. So we can go ahead and skip the next slide. That one is a video, which you guys can watch another time, and then we can look at what our company is now. So as you can see, we have more than 25,000 employees. I mentioned that we have $7+ billion in our industry as far as sales goes. This year, I predict we're going to hit that $8 billion mark. And what is it that makes us stand apart? It's really our innovation, and it's our people. We are looking for those who want to be the future leaders of our company, who want to continue to lead the success and be successful. It's not our goal to be complacent. It's not our job, and it's not what we want to do. Is we want to leave an impact on these people. So that's really what we're doing. And if you go to our next slide, then I would love to show you guys a breakdown of it. So if you click all the way through Matthew, then you'll see a flow chart of our sales path, our management path, and our marketing path. So at the bottom, this one's a little outdated, but we do now have a new program that we are launching called the Event Marketing Specialist Program. So this one is actually going to be the first role that people are going to get right out of college, and it's going to be dealing with our Ryobi line. So if you remember way back when to our first slides there, it showed all of our different brands, all the different areas that we have in this company, and it's pretty overwhelming at first. We have over 3,000 SKUs in the Home Depot, and it's really mind-boggling to try and get your head around each and every one. So it's pretty nice. So that first position is just focusing on our Ryobi products. So both our outdoor products as well as our hardware side. And so that position gets your feet wet, helps you understand that brand, and then you can transition into a field sales and marketing rep. And what that position is that it gives you a better understanding of our relationship with one of our biggest partners, which is the Home Depot. They're one of the top distributors in the world. And it's our job to maintain that partnership, to help them do sales, to help them do what they can to be successful, and in return, we're successful as well. So it's a great partnership that we've developed, and that we run that way. And also this position helps you understand our brands, helps you understand our target markets, help you understand what it is that our end users and our customers are looking for when they're coming and seeking a power tool or any of our brands, or just a different tool. Recently, we launched a whole new brand called Heart. Over a year ago, this brand did not exist. Basically, Walmart approached us and they asked us, can you build a power tool line for us? And originally we said no, but then after hearing more about the opportunities inside of it, we couldn't pass it up. So in the span of 1 year, we went from the idea of possibly creating a new line to having a brand new line with over 40+ different products, to a whole new team and a hierarchy over there, And now it's a super, super successful brand inside of Walmart. So that just goes to show that we are expanding, we're growing like crazy, and we're looking for people to fill those positions and to create those brands in the future. That's our goal. So you can see here how so important that event marketing specialist and that field sales and marketing rep position is to your success in TTI. So everyone from the VPs, president, all the way down has been in those first positions and knows exactly what it takes to become one of those leaders. So if we go to the next slide on the career path, skip that one and go to the next one. There we go. You can see our different headquarters on the map of the US. And then this one, it tells you a little bit of what is involved in that field sales and marketing rep role, as well as that event marketing specialist position. So you have a territory that you are in charge of, which is a really unique and cool opportunity where you are responsible for driving that business. Really, it's about relationship oriented. If you're really good at those interpersonal skills, you have great communication skills, that's definitely something that will set you apart from others as well. We do interact face-to-face with customers on a daily basis. Again, this helps you understand what is it that our end user are looking for. So if you want to go into marketing down the line, if you want to go into sales or management, those are so crucial to understand what it is that our customer wants, as well as Home Depot, and that helps us be successful. As well as you're going to learn some negotiation tactics. We invite this guy in named Steve Wiley, and he's an incredible negotiator. He teaches negotiations for companies like Amazon and Google, and we're probably the smallest company that he teaches negotiations for. And I won't spoil it, but he does this amazing routine where you just learn great tactics and really how to communicate effectively. And so that's a win-win relationship and a great partnership for all those involved. As well as you're going to get your toes dipped in marketing, sales, market analysis, understanding numbers, data analysis. It's so important to understand what's going on in your business, as well as getting to merchandise. So on there you see some pictures of some of the things that we have done in stores and that we're continuing to do to build those relationships and to continue to drive sales. So if we go on to the next slide, then you'll see kind of what the event marketing specialist has, some of the benefits that we have. So that first position is salary with bonus potential. So if you are a college grad, then you are automatically in our leadership and development program. So that automatically gets you on setting you up for success for one of those paths in either sales, marketing, or management, as well as you get a company vehicle. We take care of everything from gas, maintenance, car washes, windshield wipers, oil changes, whatever it is. You also get a company phone your very first day, as well as numerous benefits, PTO, all of the great things. But most importantly, the training you get is incredible as well. We do so many different types of training. For me, as a regional manager, I work with and train my team on a daily basis. I'm constantly working with each one individually, helping them, preparing them for those roles down to the line and for them to be professionals in the future. As well as we have video trainings that we're doing, especially right now with COVID. Those are huge and crucial for our success. As well as we have what's called Training 101 and 102. So this is where, again, COVID kind of changes this a little bit, but this is where you get an opportunity to go see headquarters, see what it's like, interact with different people in the same role as you, and then those people just grow and continue to move up with you in the company. It's a really fun experience where one day you're going to be a regional manager and your best friend is also going to be a regional manager in a different state across the country. So it's a really unique and cool opportunity where you get to network as well as with people who are your peers and as well as higher management of the company. It's an incredible opportunity where you get to meet face-to-face with the president of the sales force as well as numerous VPs as well. So it's really unique. The training is incredible. We also do have an internship program. So if we go to the next slide there, you can see a breakdown of our internship program. So it's a 10-week program where you get to tackle those different areas of our business. So you get to understand our customers, interact with them, do an analysis of sales. You work alongside senior reps in the field who really have a knack for what it is that we are looking for here at TTI. And it's an incredible opportunity. So I guess now I'll just open it up for questions and see if anyone has any specific questions for me regarding the team, regarding the company, or for the position itself.
So you guys are located here in Salt Lake as well. I know you said you guys are global and probably all over the US. How big of a force do you guys have here in Salt Lake?
Yeah, good question. So as far as here in Salt Lake, we have 2 different teams. So we have my team, which is the field sales and marketing rep team. So I have a full team of 12 people, as well as there's also a Vegas manager, which covers Southern Utah, and they cover 4 people in Southern Utah, as well as there's now that Ryobi EMS team that I was talking about. So that one we're going to continue to expand. So currently there's only 2 positions available for that one. And then we're going to keep growing that, and I anticipate it's going to grow to probably 4 or 5 this year. Over the country though, Utah's a smaller market, but there's about 850 field sales and marketing reps and about 200 or so Ryobi EMS. So we're pretty significant.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Big sales opportunities then.
Yeah. That being said too, I mean, really, we do have positions available all over the country, and that's saying like all over the globe as well. Those who, are willing to move around or do those things, let's say if someone wants to be a manager in Kansas City, Kansas, or wherever that is, right? There's only one manager position there. So means that until that person gets promoted and moves on in the company, no one else can have that spot. But if you're a little bit more flexible, for example, Northern California, I believe they have 8 or 9 different managers. So depending on where the concentration is in volume, that's where more of the opportunity is as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've just got 1 minute, Tracy, before we start the individual chats, but I think a question people might have is what's your timing? What is your time frame for both the internships and the full-time positions that are local?
Yeah, good question. So the internship is a summer internship. So this year we are full as far as internships go, but next year we're going to be looking for more interns. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me, to Diana, to any of these lovely coaches. As far as the full-time position goes, so we're going to be on campus or virtual during the fall as well. And so we're looking for people either graduating after December or after May for full-time positions.
So they can apply to those positions now, or and you'll be looking at the resumes we send you after the fair as well.
Yeah. They can apply now, just know that the waiting process isn't going to be until after those times.
Great. All right. Thanks.